Welcome to Shy Sports Legends. Today, we're talking about Chicago Bears unsung heroes, players who were underappreciated by most, but their contributions earned them respect in the locker room. Let's get to it.
Being an unsung hero isn't always about position. Sometimes it's about fearlessness. Tom Waddle didn't come in with elite speed or size. He came in with the willingness to take punishment to keep drives alive. He made a living in the toughest real estate in football, over the middle. Over 6 seasons, Tom Waddle had 173 receptions for 2,109 yards and 9 touchdowns. An undrafted guy becoming a dependable chain mover, and doing it by sacrificing his body is pure Bears grit. But toughness isn't only taking hits. Sometimes it's delivering them, quietly, every week. Tony Parish was a safety who did the unglamorous work that makes a defense stable. He wasn't flashy, he wasn't celebrated, but he was consistent. Parish started all 64 games of his Bears career. He recorded 340 tackles, 5 sacks, and 7 interceptions. And here's the unsung part. He helped form a safety duo that anchored a defense that, in his final Bears season, allowed the fewest points in the NFL. He was doing premium work at a position the league often treats like it's replaceable. Now we go to a player who lived in the shadow of stars and never complained once. Hunter Hillmire was a true do-your-job linebacker who became essential precisely because he wasn't chasing the spotlight. Playing next to Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs means you're going to be overlooked. But Hillmire brought the traits coaches love. He was smart, steady, dependable, and ready for whatever the team needed. His career totals included 396 tackles, 7 sacks, and 2 interceptions. He created 7 fumbles while recovering 4. In 2009, while filling in for Urlacher, he recorded 90 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 1 interception, and 4 forced fumbles. That 2009 season is the unsung hero resume. He helped hold the defense together when the centerpiece was out, and he did it without fanfare. Now to a position where doing your job often means being double-teamed and still winning. Eddie Goldman was the classic space eater nose tackle. The guy casual fans barely notice because his greatest plays look like nothing. But his job was brutal. Absorb double teams, anchor the middle, and keep blockers off the linebackers. That's sacrifice football. Goldman finished his Bears career with 170 tackles, 12.5 sacks, 18 tackles for loss, was part of the Pro Football Writer of America's all-rookie team in 2015, and was a Pro Bowl alternate in 2019. Goldman's value was structural. When he was right, the defense could play fast because the middle wasn't leaking. That's what unsung heroes do. They make everyone else look better. And if Goldman was quiet strength, the next guy embraced the dirty work with the grin. Anthony Adams took on doubles, clogged lanes, and freed up the defense around him. And the unsung hero part isn't just the role, it's how teammates viewed him. Adams finished with 278 career tackles, 10.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and was voted by his teammates for both the Ed Block Courage Award and the Brian Piccolo Award in 2010. Now we go to a defender who quietly stuffed the stat sheets when the spotlight went elsewhere. Alex Brown was on a defense full of stars. Brown was the guy who did everything well and kept doing it. He wasn't chasing headlines. He was chasing execution, set the edge, rush smart, get hands up, force mistakes. Brown finished his career with 45.5 sacks, 421 tackles, 17 forced fumbles, and 5 interceptions. That stat mix is the unsung hero blueprint, not just sacks, everything that keeps an offense uncomfortable. Now we enter fullback territory, where your best games are the ones fans can't describe because the hero is the lane. Roland Harper was the bruiser who did the dirty work in the backfield, clearing lanes and wearing defenses down. And what makes him truly unsung? He wasn't just a blocker. He could actually produce when called on, but his identity was still sacrifice. Harper finished his career with 3,044 rushing yards. He had a career high of 992 rushing yards in 1978 while still paving the way for Walter Payton. That's a player who could have chased personal stats. Instead, he became the guy doing the work so the star could be the star. And the next name might be the most perfect example. Jason McKee's job was to sacrifice his body so backs like Thomas Jones and Matt Forte could eat. And when we talk about unsung heroes, we can't ignore leadership, not speeches, culture. McKee helped build the kind of locker room where guys wanted to perform for each other. That matters on teams that win divisions and reach Super Bowls. McKee played in 88 games and rushed for 84 yards on 29 attempts with 3 touchdowns. His impact as a receiver out of the backfield included 68 receptions for 364 yards and 3 touchdowns. Those numbers don't scream playmaker. They scream this guy wasn't here for touches, he was here for wins. And his unsung hero legacy goes beyond the field with the Jason McKee Foundation, supporting families of severely injured or fallen soldiers. A leader in real life, not just Sundays. If McKee represented selflessness, the next guy represents sacrifice at a level that literally shaped a legend. Matt Suie was the lead blocker for Walter Payton, and that means your highlight reel is mostly collisions that make someone else famous. But he wasn't just a body. He was reliable, smart, and versatile. The kind of player who makes an offense function when everything gets tight and ugly. Through 148 games, Suie ran for 2,946 yards. He caught 260 passes for 2,113 yards and had a total of 25 touchdowns. He was a Super Bowl 20 champion. Matt Suie was a complete football player who accepted a role where he'd get less credit because the mission mattered. Patrick Manley was the hidden engine of special teams for 16 seasons. And the reason he's number one is simple. He delivered the ultimate form of sacrifice, a job that demands perfection with almost no recognition. He also wasn't just a snapper. He was a captain, a standard setter, and an innovator in technique. Throughout 16 seasons, Manley played in 245 games, a Bears franchise record. He had 81 special team tackles and was voted the special teams captain each year between 2008 and 2013. He received the Ed Block Courage Award in 2013, an award voted on by his teammates to recognize his exceptional sportsmanship, professionalism, and inspiration despite overcoming injuries during his long career. Patrick Manley was a stabilizing force. Not highlights, no headlines, just trust, week after week, year after year, so the rest of the team can function. If you're building a team culture, Manley is the prototype.
So there you have it. A list of Chicago Bears who are underappreciated by many, but respected by most. Who do you think should be on that list? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.